Hey everybody, welcome back to Majestic Collectibles. So this is from the Greenfield, Iowa collection. It's a little bit different. I've got some old movie and fan magazines here. I might have one more box. I can't remember. These were like all jumbled kind of things, so I tried to get them all in one spot. I don't know if I found them all, but this should be most of them. I did get the bags and the boards and stuff removed. Again, just like that comics video, if you saw them, I didn't rebag and board them because they did have an odor. This is pretty much all taken care of. So this batch is ready to bag and board, and I need to get it out of the way because I got a bunch of stuff to go through. So let's get going on it. And I guess this guy was a fan, you know. I don't really see a whole lot of these movie mags in this nice a condition, to be flat out honest with you. They're not rare by any stretch, but they're usually beat up. A lot of covers missing, spine splits, things like that. And these are very, very high grade for what I normally see. Just brilliant colors. Really good spines, and doesn't have not a lot of broken spines in here. And the years are all over. I got them back from the 50s up through, I think, the early 1980s on some of these. So they're not all 50s and early 60s stuff, but an awful lot of it is. He must have been a huge Liz Taylor fan. And there's Jamie Lee on the left. That's her parents there. That's so Jamie Lee Curtis right there as a young girl. Great Liz Taylor cover. Does have some foxing. So this comes from moisture and like some bacteria settles in. It kind of spots. That's old though. It wasn't from anything recent. That's been there a long time. Don't know if I can get that out. Usually you can. It's pretty much soaked in. You know, Janet Lee, again, Jamie Lee Curtis's mom right there on that. And let's see, is that Debbie? Looks like Debbie Reynolds. Yeah, I think so. And there you go, another Liz Taylor. Oh, the drama headlines. You know, this is kind of the National Enquirer level stuff, so I don't know if I'd believe a lot of stuff that's on here. That corner got bent. That's why I gotta get through these there and get these bagged and boarded so they don't get beat up. This is a new one. So they kind of had like retro stuff in the 90s. They'd reprint, you know, Elvis, James Dean, Marilyn, who else? John Wayne, stuff like that. Don't have a whole lot of value on a lot of that newer stuff. I rarely have any interest in it. This is an old one, Hedy Lamarr on there. Let's see if it has the date, 1942. And you see that split cover? That's what I was talking about earlier. That happens a lot on these magazines. You know, they're very cheaply made. We're basically barely made to last to the next issue, and sometimes I don't know if they even did that right there. Lennon Sisters. I don't know if anybody remembers those. My mom was a fan though. There's another Liz. That one's a little rough. That's not in the best shape there. Here's another little rougher one. Another Liz Taylor. TV mirror. Here's that's actually, it's not perfect, but it's pretty nice. Donna Reed from Denison, Iowa. So she was an Iowa native, just like John Wayne and a few other folks. Sonny Tufts, I gotta tell you, I don't know who that is at all. So I don't know if that was just a random pickup or somebody had a subscription on that. Lennon Sisters again. They sang a lot, and just in case you're wondering, you might have seen them, I believe, on Lawrence Welk had them. It's been a while. I'm not a Lawrence Welk huge fan, but I think they were on there. Good Old Days, that's another one of the retro, I call them retro mags. This has Roy on it, Roy and Trigger. So I guess, Chad, let me know if you want it. Basically, you can have it. Although it does have Gene Autry, that's your favorite. John Wayne. Rough condition, though. That is not in great shape. Rona Barrett's Hollywood, so kind of a gossip columnist. You can see this one's got tore right through Marlon Brando's head. I don't know, do whatever you want with that one. Barbara Streisand, Raquel Welch, so we're in the 70s. Ally McGraw was on that one. Here we got Paul Newman yet on there. Clint Eastwood, which I do not get a lot of Clint Eastwood covered stuff, which is really a shame, because boy, if I can get them, they do sell. There's no doubt about that. Another Rona Barrett's. Not too much exciting on that one. I guess it did have Dean Martin on it. Natalie Wood and Bob Wagner on that one. That looks like Allie again. Ally McGraw. So these are kind of Ryan O'Neal there. These are kind of, well, not kind of, they're kind of trash magazines. Some of these are a lot classier than others. This one I think is a little bit classier than some of that trash stuff. Here's a really good cover of Bob Wagner. Dick Clark, sorry. Dick Clark with the Valentine's Day. I don't see many covers like that. I think that'll do well. The Perpetual Teenager there. TV Mirror, Lennon Sisters again. Obviously they were popular. They were in a lot of covers. So here's something more from my era. There's Cheryl Tiegs on Time Magazine. Unfortunately, this is a really rough copy, but she was definitely popular back in the day. And a nice cover on that one. What year is that? That's a little older one, isn't it? 51. Yeah, 1951. So you can see there's a little spine damage on there. But those early movie mags with their glamour covers were really fantastic. And then you get this, you know, 20, 30 years later, you get more of that trashy tabloids type cover. That was John Travolta on there. My box is tipping over. I gotta switch that around. These things do weigh a ton, I'll tell you that. There you go. Good cover on that one. That I didn't even recognize her. That was Diane Lane. So she's been acting a long time. Streets of Fire is probably my favorite movie of hers. I don't think she's done anything like that before or since, but I liked it. Liz Taylor again. Rock Hudson and his wife. Whole story behind that arranged marriage. That was before he came out of the closet, way before, and they tried to quash some rumors. I don't think it worked very well. Liz Taylor again. I'm going to hear that name a lot. Liza Minnelli, her mom Judy Garland on the left. Sad stories really for both of those. Fame did not do them any favors. Angie Dickinson, if you remember from the policewoman days, had a big deal how they insured her legs for $1 million because they were so famous. And that's there's Tony Curtis, and I don't know if that's Janet or not. With them, you can see it's got some damage down there. Not much to do. I'm going to turn that just a little if I can keep that there. Okay, just fiddling with that corner, trying to keep that piece from snagging any more than it has. Good cover though, a little stained. Here we go, another modern screen. Is that Debbie? Looks like Debbie Reynolds on that one. That's a nice cover right there. That is really good. That's Liz Taylor, obviously earlier on, but brilliant blue eyes on that one. There's a John Wayne, another retro. Well, not too retro. That's Dell. It does have a barcode. So that, yeah, 1979. So that would have been probably right around the time of his death, I would guess. They did that with Elvis. Well, they did it with everybody. Here's Janet Leigh, Jamie Lee Curtis's mom again. Another very tabloidy cover on that one. Jackie O at that time, Jackie Onassis, JFK's wife. She remarried the shipping magnate from Greece. Janet Blair, I don't know who that is, to be honest. I don't remember. 1943 is a really nice cover though. A lot classier covers than the newer stuff like this. These got a little more wear on them. I don't know, it's kind of weird because the newer books, the newer magazines have more wear than the older stuff on them. That's not typical. They obviously came from two different places, what I'm thinking, so they weren't all acquired at the same time by the same person. And let's see here. Oh, more retro mag stuff. Good covers on a lot of these though, so it's really hard to fault people that collect them. Here you go, Chad. I don't know if you want it or not. Let me know. It's another Roy cover. That one's actually in pretty nice shape. Movie Illustrated, rough copy, and you can see the tabloid kind of headline on it. They got really bad in the 60s. They got really seedy. That's 1963. That's not even that late, but it's, boy, they got just, I don't know, not very classy, I guess I would say on that. Another Jackie O. Doris Day, who was, you know, linked with Rock Hudson for a long time. Well, now obviously that didn't happen. Here's something that's a little unusual. I wish this one was a little nicer. It's a little rough. Johnny Cash. And you just don't get a lot of the Johnny Cash stuff. You do in certain parts of the country, and he was certainly popular here, but I do not see his stuff a lot. I wish I had more of it because it's a pretty easy sell. So Grace Kelly, holy cow, she has to be one of the classiest, most beautiful women that ever lived. If you ever get to Monaco, you can go inside the church where she got married to Prince Rainier. They're very fond of Princess Grace there in southern France, but because of that, she's a great ambassador for the American people. Another Liz Taylor. TV magazines, if you do notice a trend, the TV stuff is a little more, I guess what you call tabloid design than the movies, and that's pretty typical. That golden age of Hollywood stuff was held in high regard. Black and white covers, this would definitely be one of your, I guess, lower echelon magazines when you start seeing that. Hollywood stars, Debbie Reynolds right in the middle there. So that's Carrie Fisher's mom. Terry Moore, who actually did have a fairly long career. Dorothy Malone did too. I don't know if it's quite as long, but they were all very popular for a while. June Allison, who I swear was on every TV show I saw when I was a kid. She just seemed to be the mom or wife in everything, you know. From Twilight Zone to whatever, she was in a lot of different stuff. Another Elvis cover. Young Elvis sells. Old fat Elvis that looks more like me does not. Gee, I don't know why. Multi-picture. Those don't really sell as well when they don't have the like the one nice big fat photo. Liberace, Grace Kelly. There's a little blurb on her in there. So let me see. Oh, Natalie Wood, another stunning talent. I'm sure this is why he bought it though, is Jimmy Dean. He was a huge James Dean fan, so a lot of these probably do have James Dean articles, even if they're not on the cover. Yep, see down there, James Dean, Debbie Reynolds, Frank Sinatra, Janet Leigh there on the cover. So this is interesting. I don't get a lot of this stuff. David Bowie should sell. It's 1975, so you know that was kind of right in the middle of Ziggy Stardust and all that era. So I would assume that I can find a place for that. That looks like Doris. Yep, Doris Day again. Ann Blythe, Golden Age of Hollywood. Most people probably today don't remember the name, but they've probably seen her if they watched some old movies. Liz again. Early June Allison was at 55. I think she started pretty young on the acting too, so she's probably got stuff back in the 40s, I would think. Here's another kind of tabloid magazine. Does have Jane Mansfield on the front. Pretty rough. I don't know if you can see that, if that picked it up in the camera, but rough copy. There you go. There's another. Oh, I don't know even who that is. Is that? I don't know. Let's go find out. Oh, it's not going to tell me. Should know who that is, but now I got to figure out. My curiosity's been piqued on this. And Debbie Reynolds. I don't know why. I don't know if it was hair color or what, but that was Debbie Reynolds. James Dean is on the cover of this, and so is Elvis. So is Natalie, so is Debbie, so is Alan, so is Mitzi Gaynor. That's actually a pretty rocking cover there for you know, having multiple small clips. That's a very popular cover. Really rough. Liz and Rich, well, Liz and Dick. Liz Taylor. I don't know if that's a wedding dress. It sure looks like it, but that wedding dress covers pretty much sell on any of the old magazines. There's Debbie Reynolds again. And you can see there's a definite theme of who was popular at the time. There's Natalie. There's Debbie again. Now here's a good one. There's not very many of these in here, and they still sell pretty well. And yeah, I really don't have to mention who that is, do I? And I don't think I've ever had that cover. I think that's the first time I've ever had that cover. I don't ever remember having that before. Here's kind of another all-star cover. James Dean, Elvis, and Doris. Kim Novak, she had a pretty long career too, very popular. Here we go again. So again, this is another one I have not had of Marilyn. So that is... that's two of them in this collection that I don't think I've ever had those covers before. Debbie, well, Debbie and James Dean. Ava Gardner, yeah, there's a beauty too. Now I think that was the Frank Sinatra era. Kim Novak again. And here's another June Allison. And here's Natalie. I believe that's Natalie. Looks like Natalie. Natalie Wood. Here's a great cover right here. That's Liz. That's Liz Taylor. I'm guessing she's a teenager, or at least very close to it in that one. I don't know if that was, let's see, 1948. So I don't know, that's around where the Black Beauty movie came out. She was a teenage girl in the Black Beauty, the horse one. Debbie Reynolds, that one's a little rough. Now here's a... I don't know. It's got James Dean, not in the photo, but in an article, and then Natalie Wood and Tab Hunter. I think there was even a song about Tab Hunter, wasn't there? Jane Powell. Haven't seen anything with her yet. Does have James, Liz, and Charlton Heston on it. It's kind of rough to grab these without the covers. I'm afraid I'm going to tear something. Debbie Reynolds there. Another Debbie. So, man, I don't know how many covers Debbie had. Natalie would have been right there, too. I know she had a lot of covers. It got that chunk out of it, though. That hurts. Movie Life Yearbook, kind of an annual thing. I usually these don't sell as well because they're like a compilation, and those are black and white covers. Here's some more. But, you know, somebody will pick it up because it does have Marilyn, James, you know, all the big names. Marlon Brando's in there, Susan Hayward. Here's another yearbook. This one's a little rough. Got torn, it's got some tape down there. Natalie's on the cover. The black and white photos just, you know, they used to sell, but not anymore. Janet Leigh again. And is that James Gardner? Yep. Somebody wrote on that, though. That's kind of too bad. Okay, looks like Kim and John Saxon. So if you're, you know, if you're a fan of Bruce Lee, he was in, was it the Dragon one? I think so. I can't remember. Tall guy. And then we have, let's see who's on this one now. Oh, Jane Powell's on that one with the stuffed tiger. And let's see, we've got, Janet Leigh again. A little more of a pin-up shot there. And we've got Kim Novak on that one. All right, Cam came in and had to show me he got a wrapper from a Pokemon fossil pack in the mail today. He's pretty proud of that. Keep forgetting my kids aren't old enough to remember when that stuff first came out. So Rock Hudson and Elvis on that one. And I'm not sure, is that Debbie? Oh no, Ava. Okay, Ava Gardner. I was going to say, it said Eddie and Debbie. That didn't look right. Ava Gardner on that one. Here's another movie annual. This is a little better cover because at least they used some color photos, you know, on that. So wasn't quite as cheap looking. Movie album, a little rough. Got a long crease in that one. Again, it's just weird. 1962. Some of this newer stuff is just not as good as the 40s and 50s magazines. Mitzi Gaynor, Tab Hunter, Debbie Reynolds, Kim Novak. And what year is that? Oh, it's not going to tell me on that one. It just says spring issue on that one. I'm guessing. Well, I'll just look it up. No reason to guess. If you're still here watching it at this late date, you're not going to mind. 1956. So yeah, so that's a little bit older, but the condition's a whole lot better. Here's a really nice cover of Tony and Janet. Not too bad a shape, few wrinkles in it, but other than that, it's pretty clean. Kim Novak, again, somebody penciled in the title, the letters in the title. I don't know. Usually you pull the color off when you do it. I don't think I'm going to mess with that. It's unfortunate, though. Here's Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, so Carrie Fisher's parents right there. Is that Doris? I think this is another Doris. Doris Day. Sure looks like Doris. It says it's Doris. Must be Doris. And is that Debbie again, I believe. Debbie Reynolds right there. I think she's the definite winner of the number of covers in this collection. I think Debbie's on the highest percentage of them. Janet Leigh. She really looks like her daughter on that one, I think, on that picture. Looks a lot like Jamie. Here's Pierre and Jelly. Kind of an it girl, and what? Well, that's 55. I don't know if she had a real long career in Hollywood or not. I don't just see kind of a narrow area where she was on covers. I don't see her on a lot of covers on this. Debbie and Eddie again. Ann Blythe, and that must be a little bit older, yeah, 55 again. Oh, is that Debbie again? My gosh, it is. Shocking, I know. So there's Debbie. And so this is all stuff that came together. Well, I can't show you that one. So I've got a non-sports update, still sealed. I can't really pull it out because behind there, well, let me do this right now. I want to make sure this is safe for work. So I've got that one, which is almost safe for work, and I've got that one, which is absolutely not safe for work. And then I'm just going to pull these all out, and then I'll show you the cover of the non-sports. That's non-sports trading card update. That's in 2010. So I'm guessing, yeah, that's Clone Wars. Animated Clone Wars cards are on the front. It's got the price guide. It usually has a card or two, but I don't. Yeah, it says Rise of the Bounty Hunters trading card, but I can't see it inside the bag, but it's still sealed, so I'm 100% not going to mess with that at all. Gloria Graham's Oscar-winning Anything Goes, 1956. Gloria, you're looking a little toasty on there. I don't know if that was the pre-party, after-party, or in the middle of the party, but that is not a flattering picture. So I am sorry, Gloria, you made somebody mad the way it looks on that one. Arthur Godfrey and his gang, yeah, very popular. Got a couple chunks out of the bottom of the cover there. They actually had books and magazines, all sorts of stuff. I don't know. It's kind of like a Lawrence Welk thing, I guess. I was not my thing. Got an old Car Life, but that's why. It's got the James Dean article on it. 1957. Nice shape, though. Nice shape. Cine Universal. This, I'm assuming, is South American. It says something Fat Columbia, Photo Columbia. So I don't know, it's got Mexico up there. So definitely south of the border. I've never seen one of these. Nice cover on it though. Kim Novak there. Here's another tabloid kind of thing. Again, James Dean on it. Lucky Luciano. Yeah, so you know what they were going for in that one. Cosmo special movie issue. These are actually darn things. I haven't had very many of them, but the Cosmos do sell. And this is an older one, 1956. Clark Gable, Marilyn's on it. June Allison's on it. William Holden. And then we've got Liz. There we go, Liz Taylor. It's another 1956 Cosmo. Again, it's got a big crease there, but again, I think it's going to sell because it presents really, really well. And last but not least, Debbie. No, it's not a Debbie cover. Odds were in my favor, though, weren't it? Weren't it? I don't even know if that's a word. Is that a word? Weren't? I don't know. Anyway, Exposed, another tabloid magazine. James Dean, Marilyn. It does have Grace Kelly and Prince Rainier on the bottom. I don't know who Anna Magnani is. So not sure on that one. Fatso Farouk and his sexy sepia siren. Yep, that's just nothing exudes class like that cover there, does it? I've got some more stuff coming up, guys. I still have to get to those vintage Thundercats and Masters of the Universe and such. So keep an eye out for that, and thanks for watching.